Hey guys, it's Melissa here with Rooted Home and Garden, and I thought this is a beautiful April day to do a garden tour. Now, I've lived in this home for almost 16 years and it's gone through a ton of changes, and I guarantee you it's not done yet. I'm constantly getting new ideas of how things should go, but right now I'm super satisfied with how this property looks. So the first thing we're going to look at here are my blueberries. My blueberry hedge is just absolutely gorgeous. Look at all these blueberries on them. They're going to pop in just a few more weeks. Now these blueberries are called Bountiful blueberries, and they have lived in my garden for roughly about 4 years now, I think. One or two of them over here I think are new because of the dog digging some up, but they're doing so well. This is a new rose bush that I had just planted last spring, and it is thriving. This rose is probably my favorite rose. I got this from Heirloom Roses. So heirloomroses.com is where I ordered them from. And yes, it is worrisome a little bit to order flowers online, but Heirloom Roses have beautiful roses and they have actually turned out so well. I did have one die, but it wasn't their fault. I think that my area just didn't do so well. This rose is called, I believe, Wollerton Hall, and it's a creamy apricot color, and as it ages it turns lighter, but as you can see, the blooms turn out more apricot and then just get lighter and lighter. It is absolutely probably my favorite rose in the garden. I love this thing, and it is completely budded up, even on the arbor. I also have another rose over here. I don't remember the name of this one, so I'm going to have to actually put it on the screen, and it hasn't bloomed yet, but oops, got a couple of yuckies on there. Have to be careful. This one has thorns everywhere. This is another apricot color rose. Oh, it's starting. Something's starting to happen. Oh my goodness. Cannot wait for this thing to bloom. But this year I was really worried that my blueberries were not going to do well. We had a really warm early March, late February, and they started to bud up, had blossoms everywhere, but it was still too cold for the bees to come out, so I didn't see any bees around. And so I was really worried that I was going to lose my harvest this year, but that's not the case. The bees must have come. I just must have missed them, because every single blueberry bush in my garden is looking fantastic. So this is my shade garden right across from the vegetable garden. So here's the vegetable garden where I have my hedge of blueberries. And then here in my shade garden, I also have a hedge of blueberries. And I did this on purpose. There are actually two different varieties right over here. Over here at the vegetable garden, this is Bountiful blueberries. Over here to my right, this is Sunshine blueberries. Now, even though both my blueberry bushes are self-fertile, blueberries bloom best when you have a different variety of blueberry nearby. Even though both these varieties of blueberries are self-fertile, when you put two different varieties together, they actually bloom so much more and you end up getting more fruit. Who's going to complain about more fruit, right? So that is why I have two different varieties, but they're next to each other, but it's not ruining that formal hedge look that I want. So the Sunshine Blue is absolutely loaded as well. Gorgeous. Love it. So this is the shade garden. In this area, I have the cat house. I have hydrangeas. These are bobo hydrangeas that are behind. They're actually in pots. And that just gives it some more height and makes it look beautiful. So also when I'm inside the house, I can see the beautiful structure from outside. I have the stepping stones. I added a couple of impatiens here, but really I haven't planted much in this spot since the dog has dug up this area, and I need to get on that. But I do have some Coleus over here that do really well in the shade. I have a Heuchera that is so vibrant. Doesn't that just pop, especially next to the blueberries? Getting those three colors together, in my opinion, really make the garden pop. We have blue, we have the yellow, we have the red, and then even the green of the hydrangea all next to each other. It just makes this spot pop. So if you're noticing in some gardens and you're thinking, wow, why does this look so pretty? It's probably the color combination. Over here, I do want to work on this area. I put way too much Dusty Miller in this area, and the Dusty Miller really likes my yard, and actually I don't like it as much as it likes me. I find it, I'll show you in a different spot what I mean. In the shade, it doesn't grow as much as it does in the sun. But do you see those long stems? I find it ugly. I don't like this. Maybe somebody does. I don't. They end up getting these bright yellow flowers at the tip, and I find that so ugly. Anyway, I just put way too much in here, and it needs to be an accent color, not a dominant color. And the fact that I put so many in here, I feel like it's become a dominant color in this area, and that's something I do not want. But I have another Coleus right here. I have some daisies growing. I have a butterfly bush. I believe it's a Miss Molly that's starting to pop up. And some Salvia right here. Oh, this is a new thing I just added to the garden last fall, and it is so beautiful. I love this plant so much. I don't know why it took me so long to put it in my garden, because it's clearly thriving in this, and I love how green the leaves are. I've seen so many different varieties of Salvia that were just, some of them look more desert-like, and that's not the style that I like. I like things to look lush and cool. And I feel like these, and when I say cool, I mean like England, France, you know, just where the weather is cooler. I think that this plant really works well in our area, especially here in the hot Central Valley, California, Zone 9B. And it fits so beautiful. And this area gets some sun, but it does get a lot of shade. And look how beautiful it looks even in the shade. I've got my pops of purple over here. I have 3 plants of the jazz hands planted in here, and it looks so pretty just tucked in there, and I really like it. I have a grass right here, and I don't remember what that is called. Again, back here, I have more hydrangeas lining the window, so I have them, both of them, matching on both sides. Then now this side does get sun. So this is the sun section of my cottage garden, and that's the shade section of my cottage garden. And I've tried really hard to match both sides together where it's one big flow rather than 2 separate gardens. I have more salvia popping up right here. I've got an artichoke in here. I've got a spirea in the back, if you can see it. And it's so beautiful. I've got a lot of sedum just spread around this area, and I do have a beautiful small purple grass. I don't remember what it's called. Over here, I have not worked in this area very much, but I do have some lavender growing, and I love this look right here. Isn't that so beautiful, where just the lavender is just overgrowing onto the sidewalk? I love that look. I think it's so beautiful. Here I have this gorgeous crepe myrtle tree that I absolutely love this tree so much. Obviously more Dusty Miller over here, some more sedum, some more Coleus. I have an agapanthus right here. Here on the left side, I have this little flower bed that I call the herb garden. I have just a bunch of herbs in here just to make it look cute. I wanted to have something more edible that I can just come out to the yard, just tuck it in spaces, and I feel like this is doing really well. Now, when I say really well, I don't mean it's perfect, because clearly it is not perfect. I have some rosemary, some oregano, onions, just a bunch of little stuff in this area. These are things that I haven't planted yet. They're over here because we went on vacation a couple weeks ago, and they're being watered, so that means I don't have to water it. So I'm not going to move it until I'm ready to actually plant them. So that is why those plants are there. The Cousin It right here, this is probably one of my favorite plants in the garden. I love this plant. It is so feathery and so beautiful. It is broken on this side because the dogs played on it, but it's filling in quite nicely now, and it's doing so well next to the oregano, next to the lemon coral sedum, and I even have some blueberry bushes tucked in pots over here, and the whole thing is just so beautiful. I have another agapanthus right here. I try to keep things as formal as I possibly can. So 2 agapanthus that are just framing this chicken garden over here that I have. And I have this walkway with the lemon coral sedum, and it's looking really well. In fact, it's growing so well that I'm going to have to actually trim it off the stepping stones because you can hardly see it now. And it's very clear that a dog has laid here. Now, this is the garden I was talking about with the Dusty Miller. You can clearly see how happy this plant is. I mean, this has got to be 3 feet tall. It is very high, very big, very happy, but I just don't like the way it looks. It feels like it's just constantly growing. So not something I care for. I have a lot of vegetables in this area. I have more oregano. I have a lot of lettuces. I have spinach growing in here. And if you notice, I am letting them go to seed. And the reason why I'm letting them go to seed is because they reseed themselves. So next year, I don't have to go out and buy more seeds. They'll just completely grow back. These are all have been reseeded themselves. I haven't done any of these myself in years. All of these things completely reseeded themselves, and we got to actually enjoy the harvest from it. I have more artichokes in the back. My family loves artichokes. So as many artichokes as I can fit into the garden is the best thing possible. I have more Coleus. I have barberries. I love barberries. Barberries are absolutely beautiful. They do so well in our valley, whether it's in partial shade or in full sun. They do really well. I have onions growing over here around the lilac tree. I have sage that is blooming. Another barberry. And as you can see, we just removed the hedge that was over here. I had a beautiful hedge that was over here, and years ago I used to actually keep them in little tiny balls to just give it a nice formal look, but over the years, especially when I got sick, I stopped forming the balls, and therefore it just got out of control. So I still need to come up with an idea of what to plant in this area to cover the roots, because hydrangeas do need their roots covered, and as you can see, they're shallow rooted, and it needs, first of all, it needs mulch, and second of all, it needs something to cover its roots to keep them cool and happy, because it gets really hot in our valley. Over here I have my Iceberg rose. I've had this rose for probably about 10 years, and currently it's in a pot. It's been in a pot for about 2 years because I haven't decided where I'm going to put it, and I'm leaning toward putting it on this arbor. I put this arbor here, when was it, last spring before, I'm not sure anymore, just to add, yes, I have a broken fence board right there, just to add some extra prettiness to this back corner of my yard. And I think it would be really pretty here, but I'm just not sure yet, so I haven't planted it yet. Here in pots, I do have some orange trees. These are the Washington Navels, and it was in bloom for weeks and it smelled so amazing, but now, if you can see, it is covered in fruit already. And that's the thing about oranges. You don't want to prune them right now, because if you prune them right now, you're going to cut off all your fruit. You want to prune your orange trees right after you finish harvesting the oranges. That's when you want to do it, because it sets fruit right away. Now over here in this little garden, this is a much shaded garden. Actually, this little flower bed, I love it so much. It is so mysterious and beautiful. And when I don't have this baseball stuff here, you can see it through the garden, but right now it's all covered up. So I have these gorgeous stepping stones that I've wanted these for so long, and finally, when did I redo my backyard again? Did I do it last year? Or no, it was the year before. So 2 years now I've had these, and I still feel the same way. Oh, I'm wearing my slippers. I didn't even realize that I had my slippers on. Oh well. So back here I have some more jazz hands. I have more Dusty Miller. I have a lot of shade stuff in here. So I have are they clementine? No, what are they called? One of my favorite plants. Why am I drawing a blank? I don't remember. What is it called? Anyway, I'll put it in the screen. So I have plenty of these. Oh, one's in bloom. Look at that. Do you see it? So beautiful. Look how striking this plant is. Yes. Hello, Thomas. Hello. It is so striking. This is more burgundy than it is purple, and it's really making me happy. I wish my other ones were as burgundy as this. So I don't know if this is a different variety or what, but it is so beautiful and so happy in this spot under the shade. I didn't realize how much of a shade plant this is, because I thought it would be, it's such a drought tolerant plant. I assumed it would be more, I don't know, more sun. That's just what I assumed. But look how gorgeous the foliage looks next to the deep green of the Hellebores. Breathtaking, isn't it? And here's all my Hellebores over here. So beautiful, so happy under this weeping cherry tree. I've had this weeping cherry tree for years, and I've debated going back and forth, changing my mind a million times whether to get rid of this or leave it. Guys, I even bought a new tree to replace it with, and I still haven't been able to take the plunge. So I don't know. I am so wishy-washy about it, but it's so beautiful. If we go around the baseball stuff real quick, we're going to go in over here on this side of the flower bed. And here we have the catmint everywhere, the nepeta. It is so beautiful, so happy. It's doing so well and starting to bloom. And I forget which variety this is. I think it's Cat's Meow nepeta is what it's called. And it smells so good. My jasmine is just about ready to burst. It has not bloomed yet. Maybe in some spots it has. Let me walk over here real quick and check. Oh, I see some spots have bloomed. Okay, look at this. The spots, look at this. This, guys, if you want something that's going to fragrant your entire yard, you need to get this. It is non-invasive in our area. It's beautiful. It is an evergreen year-round, and I just have chicken wire on the fence. And so it's growing up the chicken wire. So I don't have to sit there and just try my best to keep it up or anything. This is here because a child left a kayak here, so it kind of smushed it all. But look at how gorgeous and beautiful this is. With my windows open, we will be able to smell this inside the house. But I will say, I do have to trim this probably 2 times, maybe 3 times a year if I'm actually going to be on top of it. As you can see right now, I should be trimming this, but I'm not going to. But it's so beautiful. It's just about time now to put away the hot tub and put out the chairs again. I'm actually excited about that. The hot tub actually belongs at the cabin. We just brought it here for the wintertime because we close up the cabin, and then we have some place to go in the wintertime here at our house. So my husband and I have had a lot of fun in this thing. So I was very glad when we brought it home. Oh, I hear birds tweeting. I love it. So beautiful. All right, let's go to the chicken garden. This is my pride and joy. Even though I really don't have much actually growing in this area, it's still my pride and joy area. I love this structure in this chicken garden so very much. And I think that once it's done, which all those boxwoods over there will be planted in here soon, just haven't done it. But once it is going to be such a game changer for this yard. I cannot wait. I know, I keep saying that though, and I haven't done it yet, but that's okay. All right, so here we are at the chicken garden. Let me step back a bit. We have this beautiful fence that's put up. It's made out of redwood. We've now had it for a few years, and it's starting to age the color that I absolutely love. I have grapevines growing up onto the fence to turn it into a living wall. I have bay leaves shaped as topiaries in pots flanking this, and I have a little gate that is driving me nuts because it needs to be fixed. I just need to build a new gate. Can I say that a million times too? Do you realize how many times I'm saying all these things that I need to get things done and I'm not getting it done? That's all right. This is my chicken coop. I have Eden Climber rose growing on it. This was always my favorite rose. So 22 years ago when my husband and I got married, we had the wedding in the church, but then the reception was outside in a garden, and I had purchased, my grandmother had come with my husband and I. We had purchased an Eden Climber rose to grow on an arbor, and my father-in-law actually took care of it until it was time for the wedding. And it was so beautiful, just like this. And I love it. Hello, girls. Yes, I know you want out, but I won't let them out. Sorry, I'll get you treats soon. Going back to the grapevines though, this is what pruning your grapevines does. Look at this. I have fruit everywhere. So not only does the green wall look absolutely beautiful, but it also is going to feed my family. Just grapes everywhere. Oh, I just love it. And this will be the first year I actually have grapes growing on the chicken coop as well. I've had hopola beetles destroying some of my roses, but thankfully not all of them. I have tons of strawberries over here and over here in this patch, but really not much. I didn't plant anything but weeds over here, so that's pretty much all I have in this area. I do have some fruit trees over here. So this is a plum. This is a burgundy plum, which is my favorite plum there is, and I've got fruit everywhere on it. And I've got an apple tree over here. This is a Granny Smith apple. And it has blossoms. I planted this not long ago, a year, maybe 2 years ago. I think this is 2 years. We haven't had any fruit on it yet. So let's hope this year or maybe next year we'll actually get fruit from it. These are green grapes that are growing up here. And these are red grapes down below. I wonder if I have any eggs. Oh, I do have an egg. Wonderful. Thank you, girlies. Hello. These are the babies. These are the Black Copper Marans. Can we see them? Move over here. Hello, babies. How are you? Hello. Nope, you're not going to escape. You're going to stay. Sorry. But they're so sweet. All right, through the back corner over here, this is my blackberry hedge. I try my best to squeeze in as much fruits and vegetables into my garden as I possibly can. So getting them in the garden somewhere is definitely most important for me. And this spot that I have them in is not the best spot to have them. If you want to have them in your yard, the best place to put them is full sun. I don't have a space like that in my yard for full sun. So this is the place where I get. So I get less berries than I should because this spot probably gets, I'd say at max 3 hours of sun. Not enough. These things would be covered from top to bottom in fruit if I actually did that. But let me show you anyway how much fruit I actually have. I mean, I've got a good amount. Nothing to complain over, that is for sure. That one's going to be on in a moment. My son will come out here and harvest every single one of them that's ready. Over here I have a Japanese maple. I don't remember what this one is called. It is quite beautiful. It's got pink tips on it. So when the leaves emerge in the springtime like it is, it's going to start turning pink. So like this one, it's already, you can see the pink in the center a little bit, so it's starting to turn pink and it's quite beautiful. Oh, I think it's called something like mauve. What is it? Mauve, I don't know, something. This is another Japanese maple that I have in here. It's got in a beautiful pot that I absolutely love, and it's doing so well. Again, this area doesn't have a lot of stuff. I do have some clematis over here. These are called Joe Evergreen clematis, and these are doing quite well. They just finished blooming. They're not growing as much as I would like them to grow. But as you can see, the leaves do look healthy. They do look like they're thriving, but because of the lack of sun in this area, I think that they're just not growing as well as they could grow. I do have my pots that I just planted up. Do I have any sprouts yet? Well, I have one back there. That's good. Oh, two. I've got two little sprouts over here, so that's good. They're starting to pop up. Let me check this area over here for this one. Oh no! Look at this. You know what this is? Oh, do you see the slime right here? This is from snails. Snails have been in here and they ate every single marigold. Ah, darn it. We get some snail bait out or something. But look at the seeds are starting to emerge. Oh, they're looking good. Okay, good. Now the fact that these leaves are actually so big and this one is not, this section is in more shade, so it's going to take a little longer for it to emerge from the soil. I'm not concerned, I still think it will, but it does get significantly more shade over here next to the garage than this one over here that gets more sun. This rose over here has not been planted. I bought this last spring. It smells so good. It's probably so fragrant. And every rose in my garden, I don't have a ton of roses in my garden, but I do have 6 different climber roses. And I have requirements for roses. I guess I'm a little picky when it comes to what type of roses I get in my yard. They need to smell. Every single rose that is in here has to have some sort of fragrance that's beautiful. Number 2 is I want them to be continuous bloomers. I don't want it to bloom once and kind of be done with it. And that's how I'm feeling about my Eden Climber. I don't know if do you guys have Eden Climber? It's a very popular rose nowadays. And mine blooms once, maybe twice a year, and that's it. Maybe it's because I'm not fertilizing it correctly. I don't know. Maybe I'll try fertilizing and see what's going on with that. With my roses, I do want it to actually bloom quite a bit. So I want to make sure that when I'm purchasing roses, I want them to smell good and I want them to be beautiful and I want them to bloom continuously. It's not too much to ask. Over here, these are my Greenstalks that I have. And as you can see, berries everywhere. They are just healthy and happy. It's so beautiful. My sedums over here, I still can't believe how much I like this. I did not think I was going to like this as much as I do, and that still surprises me. This is a little gift my neighbor gave me. Isn't that sweet? I have my topiary, my gardenia topiaries over here, and they're not ready to bloom. Oh, they're getting ready to bloom. Look at this. So we're getting ready. We're getting so close, and this will bloom and it will smell so good. My wisteria is done. It does not last long. My nephew was over just the other day and he's like, can I have those peas? They're not peas. These are just the seed pods for the wisteria. I don't know. It's okay. I don't mind it. I prefer blooms over the seed pods, but it's so beautiful and I absolutely love this plant. Now let's head into the vegetable garden. Not much is going on right here. All right, things are getting ready. So I have my leeks actually growing. I don't eat leeks personally. We had it once and it wasn't my favorite, but I love the blooms. So, and the bees were so attracted to the blooms. So that is actually why I keep it. It reseeds itself. So I did not have to buy new seeds for this. This one flopped over, and what I'll actually do is I'll take some twine and I'll string it back up again and it'll just look beautiful the rest of the season. I love the way this plant looks. It adds color, it adds the blooms, and it's so beautiful. I have sorrel over here because the birds, my chickens, love the sorrel. So as you can see, I keep harvesting off of it, and this thing, you plant 3 plants in here, because I think that maybe it's only 2 plants. Maybe I've only planted 2 plants. And this thing, you cut it down, and it grows right back up again. This is really good for soups, okay? But you don't want to use the big leaves like this. If you want to use this for soup for yourself or for your family, cut it all the way down to the ground. And by a week, you're going to have all these baby leaves. These leaves right here, see the baby ones? These are the ones you're going to want to use in your food, and it's so delicious. I have so the Betterhead lettuce over here. I have some broccoli over here. My strawberries are just going like crazy. My not sweet peas, my sugar snap peas are probably going to be finished soon. It's getting warm. I planted basil, but look at Look at all the blooms from the radishes that I planted. They're all coming up. They're looking gorgeous. My zinnias are all popped up and they're looking gorgeous. Oh, look at that red strawberry. Oh, delicious. My tomatoes, they're starting. Have they grown any at all? Maybe they have. Yeah, actually, look at that new growth on the tomatoes. So as soon as it starts to grow, I'm going to take some twine, and every single week, I'm going to just tie them up because it's going to start growing fast. The moment it warms up, it's going to start growing up, and this whole entire arbor will be covered. And I'll tell you, it is so beautiful. Here I have the fig tree over here. Now we're into the courtyard. It is quite a mess over here. I have my boysenberries over here, and it is budded up. It's all ready for fruit. I'm just so excited. It's going to be delicious. I have my pomegranate tree over here that definitely needs to be retrained again. So we got to get started on that soon. Over here I have my apple tree. This is a pink lady apple tree. I have wanted this apple tree for years and years, and finally a couple of years ago I got it. Has not fruited. Wait, as I'm saying that, I'm getting fruit. I'm getting fruit. I'm so excited. I have been waiting for this. Oh my goodness, there's another one up there. Oh, there's two more over here. Guys, I don't think you understand the excitement over here. We eat fruit and vegetables so much that I'm spending just so much money at the grocery store just to buy stuff for the family to eat. I have 5 kids and they love fruits and vegetables, especially apples. And the fact that I can grow it in my own garden organically so that I know what they are eating, you guys have, oh, it is the most satisfying situation ever. And so the fact that this finally has fruit, oh, it is such a win. Oh, that makes me so happy. Well, I hope you enjoyed this little mini tour of my backyard. I think that things are looking beautiful. April is definitely a great month to have a garden tour because everything is looking fresh before we actually get a lot of the heat coming this summer. We haven't had a lot of rain, unfortunately, and that is something we really need in our valley. But right now things are looking beautiful. The weather's been very nice and we've all been just enjoying it. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this tour, and I'll see you next time. Bye.